we're gonna have a quiz on everything we cover next Tuesday. Okay? The quiz was next Thursday, which will be September 6th. Yes. Okay? Yes.
This is the quiz.
Yes.
So we're having a quiz on the 6th, and then what's happening on the other day?
We have another quiz.
Oh.
The quiz on the 6th will be worth 50 points. And it's going to cover everything on management.
Okay.
And then on the 20th, we have the other one. It's going to be basically diseases for the most part. Okay? Yes, both quizzes. I mean, they're 50 points each. Okay? I think it's the 20th, yes. Second thing, I know I probably missed this. It probably happened a long time ago. But when did they switch the men and women restaurant? Last year? No, this one here. Why did they switch? Don't they know that men need more space in the bathroom?
How? All you do is stand in one spot.
That's a joke,
Right.
okay? Today we're going to talk about vaccinations, some of the basic stuff about vaccination in commercial poultry. All the time in backyard flocks, people don't vaccinate. You know, they're not going to be around a lot of other birds. So you don't, oftentimes your backyard flock will not vaccinate. When you have a lot of birds like you do commercially, they're always concerned about disease outbreaks, especially in broilers. In broilers, in the commercial outbreak, a couple of those in particular are going to be Newcastle and infectious bronchitis. Those are the two they're most concerned about. Newcastle disease and infectious bronchitis. Okay? What's the cause of Newcastle disease?
No, yeah.
No. Newcastle? Paramyxin. What about infectious bronchitis? Coronavirus. Okay. Not coronavirus, but coronavirus. Okay. I want to point this out because, and Dr. Casimir is going to talk about viral disease. But once you get a problem in the chicken house with these, when you vaccinate them, the virus will circulate and they can cause a problem in the future. One other thing I want to mention is that most of the time when you're dealing with layers, or when you're dealing with a breeding stock, they will vaccinate them periodically. So they're trying to get a hyperimmune serum so that when the chicks are born, they are somewhat protected. Okay? They are somewhat protected. Last time I said that with broilers, we vaccinate them for 6 diseases. You remember what they were? Okay. Excuse me. Okay. There were 2 herpes. What were the herpes? Okay. There were 2, there was one cause, one protozoa. Okay. We also had a couple of viral diseases. What were they? Newcastle, infectious bronchitis, infectious birth disease. Those are for broilers. Basically, when you do it for anything other than broilers, the only thing that normally vaccinate for 1 day of age or in ovo is going to be Marek's disease. Okay? So So, yes.
When they vaccinate these birds, or is it all in one
Did he
vaccine?
say after Merrick's disease?
Like a
I didn't hear.
vaccine?
Only five of them.
Now, usually
They're all separate?
they can be, I think, be separate. You may have 2 or 3 together, but like infectious bronchitis and Newcastle are used together. But some of them are different. So they got, and we'll talk about this more, and sometimes they got different rules of administration too. Most times it's just Merrick's for anything other than Florida. You don't do infectious, the rhingotracheitis is, they don't always vaccinate for the rhingotracheitis. The only time they vaccinate for it is if they're having a problem in the area. Now, a few years back, there was some problem in Georgia, so they were vaccinated for it. There was some in Delmarva, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, or these insured. But in a lot of places don't have a problem, they don't vaccinate. Okay. Okay. Couple things. Back to vaccine. For the most part, they can be live or inactivated. And remember that live vaccine, which is usually going to be what? Bacterial, viral, or causative. Live vaccine usually what? Viral, right. They're short-lived. They're usually short-lived. If you look at the vaccine that we do give at 1 of age, some are viral. The 2 herpes, infectious bronchitis, infectious bronchitis, Newcastle, and infectious bursitis. So 5 to 6 are viral. So those are the ones, and most of these are short-lived. And this is going to produce some other problems we'll talk about. Live vaccine, they really use work with the rabies vaccine when it has to be reconstituted, right? You have, it's kept in the dark. You got a diluent, some sterile diluent that you put in the powder, reconstitute it, and then you vaccinate, right? Now, one thing you find with vaccine, a lot of them has to be kept in the dark and has to be kept what? Refrigerated, okay? When I was at the University of Maryland, we did a lot of research with chickens. And we had someone that came over to study from Egypt. And he was telling us how they were having such a problem with the vaccine working. And he brought some photos, and we diagnosed his problem from the photograph. What was the problem? There's a big room where they kept the vaccine. They had the refrigerator in the back. When the refrigerator was open, they were full of fish. Where do you think the vaccine were? On top of the refrigerator. So we couldn't figure out why is the vaccine not working? Because they were live vaccine and they were keeping food at room temperature. And if anybody has been to Egypt, is it hot in Egypt? It's hot. Like going to Las Vegas without the casinos. They also have some recombinant vaccines. And in this instance, you have a live virus or bacteria, and it's a vector for the gene of some other antigen, okay? You have a live virus or bacteria, but they insert a gene. When that vaccine, that virus or bacteria replicates, it's going to present that antigen, and then the body will respond to it through the antibody. When we use these bacterial vaccines, often they're going to be inactivated. So it means they mix them with what? What I mean with adjuvant, which is what? Usually some type of oil, right? And they usually give them sub-Q or in the muscle. They're activated, but they last a long time because the virus, the bacteria was attached to the adjuvant, it's going to stay there. When we see these, it can be something like those birds they kept around for a while, like broilers, breeders, and layers. We'll use these for the most part. Anyone ever worked in a hatchery here? Right, been to a hatchery where they vaccinate birds when they're laid? Mr. Buck? Okay.
Broilers, breeders, and layers.
Broiler breeders,
Oh,
breeders,
sorry.
and layers. So they have breeders and layers. Sometimes they'll keep a bird longer so they get bigger. That's what you do. Okay? I want to talk about delivery systems. We're doing vaccines in birds. Of course, we have the in ovo vaccination. What day we said we give these in ovo? 18, 19, during the time frame, okay? And what vaccine do we use for that? Herpes, which two diseases? MERS and the real trigger, okay? There are also some vaccines that they give sub-Q in the neck on the day of hatch. And one day of age, one of the ones we're talking about, they give them sub-Q IM at one day of age. Also,
They have vaccinated at the time. Do they use
like, now I think I got a picture of a little while, but they do have something with a bird not very big. So they, also, you're right. What they do and what they're made. They can be an ovo, sub-Q IM. All of these are in ovo. So these are for the 6 vaccine we talked about. Most of the time when you're in the farm, what two vaccine you said you give them at 14, 21 days of age? Newcastle what? Infectious bronchitis. Yeah, those are the two they give another vaccine to. And usually they do it via spray, just like they did at the hatchery. It could be intraocular, and you can also give it via drinking water. So on the farm, if you're gonna give a vaccine, most times it's gonna be by spray. It's gonna be infectious bronchitis and Newcastle disease. But sometimes they can give an intraocular or nasal drop. You think that's gonna be time consuming? Yes, it is, okay? You can also do it in the drinking water, okay? Yes.
So with this spray, I'm just in my mind, I'm seeing like a whole bunch of chickens on the floor, you just spraying the whole farm. Is that what they do? Or
I think I got a picture of that too. And I'll show it to you in just a little while, okay? I got a picture of that, okay? Yeah. Yes.
So the fellow I work with, he those chickens would come in, you can see that green spray on them, on the chick.
Yeah.
But he said that like they had to have the chickens in the whole house by 14 days, so that I guess so the feathers would be in the whole house. I guess when they pick one another, how does that lead? Like I don't know what I'm asking to be honest, but how does that lead to vaccination? You know what I'm saying?
Start over again.
So you get the chicks in, you know.
And when they,
Right, they just in the front half of the house.